everybody, this is Steven with Cannin.com, and this week we've had a couple users ask us to refresh our analysis of IsraCann Biosciences. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's jump over to the pricing chart now. You can see it's ISCNF on the OTC ticker. IsraCann, of course, in Israel, but big in the export of cannabis to European countries. And you can see back around November was our last analysis. We actually did a fundamental and a technical, and I think, if I remember correctly, the fundamental was neutral rating for the short term and strong rating in the long term, and that we predicted that that would switch in about 5 months. So fast forward to about 5 months later. At that time, the stock was 16, 17 cents. Fast forward to 5 months later, they're at about 28 cents. So possibly coming true here on the timeline that we predicted. But we're here for technical analysis. And so why is this stock up? Could we have predicted this, especially this jump from mid-January? You can see from 22 cents all the way up to 32 cents. Could we have predicted those 50% gains? We're going to look at a couple different indicators here. The first one is the easiest to see, and we've looked at moving averages many times. This is a take on it. These are exponential moving averages, but you can see the short term is green, the medium term is blue, the long term is red, right? So if the red is on top and our short term green is on bottom, that's a sign of weakness. And you can see that that continues until right about here, where we get across right around New Year's. We get the green line turning over. Look what happens to the price as soon as that happens. Boom. It takes off, right? And so that would have been our first indicator to get into that. And since then, look at the green line. It's diverging away, more and more strength from the long-term average. We may even get the medium-term average crossing the long-term average, which is another good sign of strength. So are they going to give back some of this gains? According to the moving average analysis here, no. And we may have predicted it with that short-term cross over the long-term period there. What about the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence? We love this indicator. We know that you like it too. We can see we had a cross above the signal line on the 12th of January. So the very first day, maybe if you just cut it off here and look backwards, you may not have seen any signal, right? That's kind of a neutral market. Once we did get our cross, we also would have had our moving average cross, the short term over the long term. That would have been a little bit of extra evidence. Maybe we would have entered that day, and look what would have happened, 50% gains after that. We do see a reverse cross here in the end of January, and currently below the signal line. So actually a sign of weakness from the MACD, a little bit in conflict from the moving averages that we were looking at. The stochastic RSI, you can see we did have strength 13th, 12th of January, same time period. So 3 indicators really lining up to tell us to get into this trade during this 50% pop. It did tell us much earlier than the MACD to get back out of it, the 22nd of January. And then another positive sign, we had our cross February 9th, then crosses 80 on February 11th. Not much happened on the price then, pretty horizontal then, and what's it doing currently? Definitely in oversold territory, pretty weak here. So weak here, strong here. So kind of mixed signals for our technical indicators. We may expect in the next week or so for this stock price to come back down a little bit, but again, the fundamentals are another story, right? So take another read of our November analysis of IsraCann if you didn't get it. Check it out at Cannin.com. And let us know what you think about IsraCann long term. Is it a buy or is it a sell?